everyone, it's Nancy. Hope you're all doing well. I'm back with, I need to catch up on the 50 Stack Challenge 4 from Amy at Crafty Cat. So I'm going to try to do 3 weeks in this video, but what I like to do, if I can, is to combine the 2 prompts. She pulls 2 a week. So I'm going to try to combine 2 prompts so I can do 3 projects. So I'm going to start with the week that had prompt 11 and 12, and 11 and 12 was tea and mixed media. So I obviously got some things together here, and so we'll do that one first. So I have a tea bag. I have some words here that I just kind of laid out for now. A piece of avocado dyed paper, a scrap. I have a piece of ruby and pearl paper that a card that I had printed. It was just in my scrap bin, so I used that. I'm going to make a tea tag here. And then this little pieces of ephemera is from a tea kit from a digital kit that I have from Amy Joy Studios on Etsy. So I thought maybe we could make a tag with a tuck and make a little collage on the tea bag here for the mixed media. So tea and mixed media. Okay, so I just kind of cut this down to a nice, I thought it'd make a nice tag size. So I'm going to get a glue book out and let's get started and see what I can do here. I hope you're all doing well. I thank you for all the nice comments on my journal that I just made. The Memories of the Past journal. It is still in my Etsy shop. So if anybody hasn't seen it yet, you can look at the video of the flip through, but it is still in the Etsy shop. So I just want to let you know in case you wanted to see it. So what I'm going to do is I thought I could just glue this image on here. And it's of a pretty girl, and she's got all these beautiful cakes in the background, desserts that I thought would be, she's deciding which one should she have with her tea. So, and then I cut this out. This is of a teacup, and I thought I would put that as the tuck, and we would make the tea bag as the tuck in here. So, and then I had the scrap of paper, and I thought, I just kind of crunched it up, folded it up like that accordion, and I thought, well, that might be fun to glue it on the edge here too, just to give it some dimension. So, okay, well, let's just see how it goes. I'm gonna glue this on, and I want to be able to use this as a tuck, but I still want to see some of those pretty drawn flowers there. And I thought this might go well about here. And I want to glue her like right about there. So I'm going to get my glue book here. I have just a magazine that I use for my glue. I'm going to get my glue stick out and we'll get going. So yeah, that the journal, The Memories of the Past, that was one of my biggest journals I've ever made. But I really enjoyed making it, and all the ephemera that I made for it was so much fun. I just couldn't stop. So it was very nice. But I'm trying to catch up on the prompts here for this, and I want to work on some fun projects that I have in mind. Some easier fun projects. So stay tuned for that. Let me see here. Might want to just ink it a little bit. So yeah, I took a little break to do some family things and to practice my watercoloring, which I'm really enjoying learning. I think I'm going to round these edges. Oops, sorry. Get those, and then The top I can always tag cut or punch, but a decorative punch. Let's just get, I'm going to glue this paper on here that I have. Just put some glue in here. Glue it on the edge for some texture. Of course, my glue doesn't want to work. It's dry. So is everybody getting a spring fever? Are your flowers popping up? I see the crocuses sticking up, the tulips here in Illinois. My daughter's tulips are about 1 inch out of the ground. And, you know, then the weather, I mean, it's been like 50, 60 here, but then I heard we're supposed to get maybe some rain and a spot of snow on towards the weekend or the beginning of next week. I just don't know, you know, but that's our weather. That's just how it is, I guess. You know, you just never know. So I'm just going to crumple that up here, and I can always rip that part off. Just kind of crumple it like that, kind of like that. I'm not going to rip it off now because I'm not sure. It's probably going to go into my Downton Abbey tea journal. It'll probably be a tag or something to go in there. So I'm not going to rip anything off yet. And then I wanted to put this here like that, but glue it on 3 sides only. And then we'll work on that tea bag for the mixed media part. So I'm trying to use scraps that I have laying around. I'm trying not to print anything extra because, you know, when you're working with kits and doing things, you always have leftovers, and then they start piling up, and I really want to just kind of use up if I can without printing any more. So that's a little faux pocket there. I'm just going to round this corner here right now because I just need to right there. Okay, I might use a decorative punch on that end coming up, but let's just leave it as that for now, and I'll just give it a little inking. So yeah, try to look at all your scraps of things that you have, and you know, that's a challenge in itself to try to you know, use up the scraps instead of just storing them away. I have this cute little label I wanted to put, and I cut out the words. These are from Tim Holtz words. I even had to make a few, like I had to make the word tea, putting letters together, and I had to put together the word idea, but it works. So I always save my tea bags, and I opened it by the bottom and I ripped it off, and there's different ways you can, you know, do things with these. The last time I remember I had put Tim Holtz people in there, and you can stamp all over it. I'm going to try to keep it simple, and so let's see what we can do here. My idea was to make, I just took a piece of scrap of this paper here. I did put a little, fold it in half, and I put a little slit in there. Now whether I can get this, let me see if I can get this through here, this little knot that's in here. I won't spend too much time on it, but I'm going to try. Yep, I got it through. Okay. And so I thought it'd be nice to just glue this together. So let me put some glue on there. I love the tea. I love tea, you know, and you probably know that because I talk about tea. But yes, I love making tea themed projects. Okay, so then we'll ink this up here. And this is real simple. Mixed media doesn't have to be an involved thing. I mean, just because I'm going to use some collage matte medium here to put this together, that's my mixed media, okay? So we've got our little T paper there. This is the front. So on the front, I want to put this saying, and on the back, we're going to put this for a little journaling spot. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to use this, try to get my glue book in here. Okay, you can see, right? What I'm going to do is ink those words, and I'm going to collage them on the front of the tea bag. So I'll try to be quick about inking here. These are so little that I can barely pick them up. I can't get them. And they have a little stick on the back, but not enough where they're going to stick on their own. Oh my goodness, I cannot. I cut my nails down. I can't pick anything up now. Let me try these. There we go. Okay. Oh. Hold on. I don't want to drop it because then we'll be looking for it. So, upcoming projects that are on my mind. I have a small collection of golden books that I had bought in a vintage shop in Wisconsin. And I kind of went through them and I found a couple of, well, one was like a gardening golden book, which I have never seen before, so I had to buy it. And the other one is a cute little bunny one, but it's very old. It's a very old golden book, probably one of the earlier ones. And it's all animals in the forest, and it's based around the bunny, I think. So I don't have it near me, otherwise I'd show you. But it would make a perfect little spring journal, just to put simple things in, nothing too crazy, but all very light-hearted journal to have, to maybe put ideas in that you have for your garden and upcoming if you're a gardener or a floral lover. So I want to make something easy with the golden books, and I want to try a different binding method. So I want to try the corset binding method. It looks fun. I've seen a couple gals do it, and so I thought I would do a little couple videos on that. All right, so I think maybe on the back here, I'm going to put the little journaling spot. And there's words on here. It says, make this moment special. It's just a little cute journaling spot that I thought would fit perfect on the back here. So I want to like tuck it under the tea bag and kind of glue it on there. So let me just get a little bit of this mix matte medium here on here. And it's going to just act like a glue, really. So I'm going to kind of tuck that in there. Press that down. Okay. And then we're going to go to the front, turn it over. Hopefully it's not, I know there's some on the edge there. Hopefully it's not going to stick. Let me just put it down here maybe. And I'm going to collage the words on here, the front. So I'm just going to kind of give it a light coat all over the front without getting it all over, hopefully. Let me do that. Okay, and pick up these words. Tea is always a good idea. I can totally agree with that. So I'm going to put that on there. T is always, if I can pick that up, always a, and it doesn't have to be even. Matter of fact, I'm trying not to put it even, but they're working out pretty even there, right? So I'm going to just move that here if I can. T is always a good idea. I love that. Just put another coat over it. And of course that's going to dry. So then that will dry, and that will tuck into the pocket, and then on the back you have a little journaling area. So that's all, that's using mixed media. And like I said, that will tuck in there, and then the little bag will hang out, and then you can pull that out and write on the back. And I think that's super cute. What do you think? See, it's just going to tuck right in there. And I might just decorative punch this top here with a decorative corner punch that I have. And that's my tea and mixed media. And I'm very happy with that. I mean, you can always elaborate on this and add more, but I'm really loving it. So I'm going to put that to the side to dry. And we'll move on to our next one. Just going to wrap this up in a wet wipe here so I can wash it in a little while. Okay, so the next week, the number 13 prompt was travel, and number 14 was garden. So travel and garden. Okay, so I have an idea here. Let's see. I'm going to bring out my Tim Holtz postal stamps because I think I'm going to make a postcard. I have a piece of coffee dyed paper. I have, this was a flap I give Tea Time magazine. It was the flap on the front of the latest issue, and they're promoting the Victoria magazine for free. And I saw this beautiful garden here with the tea and the teacups here, and I thought, oh, well, I want to use that. So I saved this piece, and I thought I could back it with coffee dyed paper and make it like a postcard. And I thought, oh, this could be travel to London and have tea, right? And I have a couple of these. I just printed this out on paper that I had printed something wrong on. And it has a couple faux London stamps because I don't have any real London stamps. Here's Big Ben, and here are the buses. I'm not sure what that building is, but the double-decker buses. So I thought maybe we could make some kind of a faux postcard, London, like having tea in London. So, or having tea, obviously, but in a beautiful English garden in London is what I'm going for. So I don't know. Let's try it. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 6. I don't know if I can fit it in here. Probably not. Let me just cut it down a little bit here. I know this is bigger than 4 by 6. And the only problem is I'm going to cut off that cute little birdhouse. So I know that's going to go. Let me just cut this off here, and then I'll trim it with my little trimmer. Let's see how that works. If I can get it in here, I can. Okay, so I'm going to trim just a smidge of the grass off first to get the perforation gone. Okay, And then I'm going to measure to 4 inches, which is here, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And then that's even. We just have to do this, measure this little edge out here. Let's trim that. Is that even? That looks pretty good. For some reason the top doesn't look very even to me. Let me check here. No, it's a little bit off. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, it's as even as it's going to get. Okay, so here's that garden, a beautiful English garden. So I want to cover the back of this with some coffee dyed paper. So I'm just going to rough cut a piece out here, and then I will probably eventually sew around this, but I won't be doing that on the video, because I don't think you need to see that. But let me just cut this out and we'll glue this on. So yeah, once again, using some recycled mail and just things that I had around. Let me get this on here. Glue. And speaking of other projects, so yeah, I want to do a sweet little golden book with a corset binding on it, because I thought that would be fun to try. So I want to do that. And what else? Another project I have, which I'm not sure what order these will come out in. I've been wanting to make a circus journal, like a kind of, I don't know, it's a little vintage circus, but kind of eclectic maybe. I'm not sure how to explain it, but that's on the horizon, because I found things that and I'm going to use a recycled animal cracker cookie box to make the cover. So that will be fun. I like doing that, using packaging to make covers. Okay, and then Joey Cardmaker came out with a kit recently. His latest kit is called Groovy, and I told him it was perfect because I have been collecting images of things that remind me of my childhood. Give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been collecting images of things that I remember having when I was younger, like a young teen, preteen or whatever. And he came out and I said, I'd love to start keeping these images and writing what I remember about having these things or knowing about these things, whether it be things I owned, things I watched on TV, just kind of things from the era of when I was like a preteen teenager type thing. So I thought, I need something, to document all that. And he came out with this Groovy kit. And I said, you know what? I think that would be perfect. I think that would be absolutely perfect to use to document. It's just for fun. So I thought that might be a fun one to do online. And then, in case you were wanting to try to do the same thing. So that's on the horizon as well. And then you never know what's going to make me squirrel to go off on something else. So, but those are things that I do have in the works. And, you know, I'll bring you along with me if you're interested. So that's very pretty. I love that. So now we're going to make it into a faux postcard. I thought maybe, now first thing I want to do is stamp one of these across the top. So I think I'm going to, I know it's such a big decision, right? I want to use one of these wider ones, I think. I'll just use maybe this one here. Let's try this one. And I'm going to use just my vintage photo. Take it out here. And I'm going to see if I can put this on a block and ink this up. I'm going to try it on a piece of paper first, I think, just to make sure it's working. Okay, that works. All right, so let me get this inked up and make sure I have the top here. Okay, oops. So I'm going to stamp it here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like it. Okay, it's good. Let me just get the ink off here. And then what I like to do, and I think I did show in a video one time, I have a brown pen, and I usually make that a very light line down the middle, which is usually on a postcard, that divider line. I just hold my pen very lightly like that. And then you know how they have these lines? I just make a bunch of those short ones. If you ever look on your mail that comes in, I think it's on a lot of envelopes too. You just kind of make, I dotted an I. I thought I was having an I there. They have those lines along the bottom of your, like your envelopes and postcards. So I just did that. I love the brown pen, using brown pen. Kind of matches with the vintage photo ink. And I like, if I do journal, I like using the brown pen for that too. So now I thought maybe I could cut out, I have these scissors. Thought maybe I could cut these stamps out. Maybe we could use them, or at least one of them. Let me just see what it's going to look like. See if it's going to work or not. I have this one. That one looks kind of nice, right? Let's see. And then, or I have this one. And then I thought maybe we could tear part of the image and glue that on here too. Let's just see what this one looks like. See which one we like better, or both. Okay, so that one looks good because it kind of matches, but then this one stands out a little better. So we could take a piece of the Eiffel, or a Big Ben, I mean. We could do part of that. That would look kind of fun on there too, right? I mean, you definitely know that's England, London, or we can do the buses. But I'm wondering if I should just try this. So what I was thinking is tearing, let's just try it and see. See what this is here. If we do that, and then I want to like use part of it on here, but I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, so hold on. Let's just try to get some of this off, and then a little on the bottom here. See how that looks. I can even take off a little bit more on the top and maybe a smidge on the side. I just kind of do it on an angle too, so it's not so perfect. Something like that. How would that look? That looks kind of nice, like that. And then we can put this here. Would that look all right? Can even do, no, I'll save that one, but I'm wondering if that would work, something like that. I like the double-decker buses, but I think I like this Big Ben, kind of goes with that. So let me ink this up. We'll glue it on. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. And I'll save this other London stamp for something else. So let's get I've got my glue book here. I'm going to glue this on with some glue. I'm not going to address the postcard, but you certainly could. I'm just going to kind of put it a little askew like that. And then let me get this on. And this is just using scraps that I had laying around, going through my things, saying, what can I use to make this? I don't mind that I went over my line. I think it's kind of cute. Can always address it with a fake address and name. Or I might add address it to the Countess Dowager from Downton Abbey at Downton Abbey. I might just do that. And you know, I just need to just snip these ever so slight. It's a thing. I love when the corners are not so pointy. So there we go. So we have our English garden, and you're going to travel to London and have tea in the English garden. What do you think? I like it. And yeah, I think it's going to go in my Downton Abbey journal. I'm going to address it to the Countess Dowager. So there's our prompts for travel to London and garden. Have tea in a garden. Okay. All right. So we have that. Let's see how this is drying. It's still wet, so I don't want to put it in the pocket. So we have that. Now this week's prompts were poppy and shabby. Okay, so I once again went through some things I have. I'm going to just leave that out there so for you to see it. Okay, so I have some coffee dyed paper, a piece of my dyed sari silk. I have a label. I have one of these little paper gals. I think I got a bunch of these off Amazon. They come in all different styles and sizes, so I picked her. I have a kit by Stacy Stories on Etsy. It's called Blue Poppy. I did make a journal from that one time. I do have a video of that, but I printed out this piece here, and I thought I would back it with coffee dyed paper, put a label on it for a journal card, and then I did cut out a couple of the blue poppies, and this here is a piece of wallpaper. And I used my fancy punch on it, just rounded the corners here, and I'm going to make this into a pocket to hold the journaling card. And then that'll be ready to be put in a journal whenever I think it would be perfect for whatever journal I'm working on. So this is all this is a piece of wallpaper. And that's why I've been trying to use my wallpaper as well. So I go through it depending on what I'm making and always seem to find a piece that's going to work. So, and it's a nice weight and it's kind of shabby looking. So this is what we're going to do. I already measured and cut, punched 2 holes. And what I'm going to do is, I thought we could just decorate here and put the big blue poppy here. And I thought she would look good here. And I was going to do a label, which I just stamped on. But I wanted to incorporate this somehow. And it already had the knot in the one end here. So what I was going to do is punch holes along the bottom and weave this in first. So let me just see how wide this is and make some pencil holes here. And then we can punch this through. So I want to go about, not quite a ½ inch, maybe like a third, maybe like 2/3, what is that, quarter? I don't know, not quite ½ inch. And I don't want to go to the end. I want to make my holes. So let's see, I kind of always measure this out. And we'll put one here. And then I'll go maybe every 3/4 inch. Let's see how that looks. I think I have to go a little further out because I want to make it kind of, oh, drop that. Let me get another one here. I'm going to do probably like here. Okay, well, let's just see how that looks there. So I'm going to get my hole punch. It's like a larger one. And we're going to hope that this works, okay? So I'm just going to punch on those dots. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, not bad. So I'm going to take my little piece here. And I like the knots. I'm going to have the knot on the top. So let's just weave this in here, leave that there. And then it's just a matter of weaving it in and out to go all the way across. And you can always adjust it how you like. And I thought it added something different. I usually go up and down a page on the side of a page, but there's no rule saying you can't do it along something else, like the bottom of a pocket or the top of a tag, right? And that's perfect. I love it. I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's kind of fun. And then I thought, well, then we can put this blue poppy here. So let me see how that goes. Maybe I'll just give her a smidge of an inking. Just a light inking on the edges. Okay, we're going to just kind of arrange it like this. I love this bird and the flowers behind. I think I'm going to kind of do it this way. And then I just took this blue label, inked around it, and just stamped some full words on there. And I just wanted to make a simple journal pocket like that. So let me get this down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to glue this label to her first, just so I have placement. Okay. All right, and then the flower we'll glue on. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of red poppies, but I remember having this kit. I made a whole, a journal from, in a recycled Reader's Digest. And it was, I have a video, I think I said that already. I have a video on it, and it's just so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put that here, I think. Just like that. Okay, and then she's going to glue on right about here. I love it. So yeah, definitely get your wallpaper samples out, or go, like I said, go to a store that has that. Usually, I mean, because they throw them away. I think most of us know that they throw those away. So if you say, you know, if you have any, could you call me, and I would come pick it up. And most places are very happy to get rid of them to crafters. So I'm going to put her right there. And I love how that looks. I think that's so cute. So pretty, huh? With that blue hanging out. Can even ink the edges up a little bit here. And the wallpaper is a nice sturdy wallpaper, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, using, it's perfect for a pocket actually. Now let's make the journal card to go in it. I'm just going to move that to the side. So this is just another piece from the kit, and I just cut it down so I know it would fit inside the pocket here. And just have another label that I'm going to put on it right here, but I'm going to back it with a piece of coffee dyed paper. And I'm going to have to cut it down, but that's okay. And I'll probably stitch around it off camera as well. Because when I use glue stick, I usually try to stitch too, just so I know it's not going to come apart. But if you're not going to stitch, just use, you could still use glue stick, and then if you see any edges popping up, you can always go in with your wet glue. Let me just put this on. I think I put it on a little crooked. It's okay. I left it, this was a piece of coffee dyed paper I had that wasn't quite the size, but I thought, you know, it's going to work anyway because we're going to cut it. Just put that down, and we'll cut this off here. We'll trim it down. Get my little cutter here. Don't think that's going to fit in there, is it? Okay, let me trim this here. Just this little bit of edge if I can. Okay. I think I have to get my bigger cutter out, unfortunately, to trim this. So let me do that. My big Tim Holtz trimmer here. Hold on one second. I'll get this started. Okay. Hopefully I'm even. There we go. And now we have some ephemera made for any upcoming journals that might need some pockets or tags. That's what I like about this prompt, this challenge. I mean, I will sew around this, so there we go. I'm going to round my corners. I might even do a little decorative stitch around here maybe. But I'm going to let it dry. And what I want to do is put this label on right about here. Okay. All right. I'm just going to put that right about here. And like I said, I'll probably stitch around it. And then it's, oh, sorry, I moved the camera. I'm so sorry. And then I'm going to use this as a tag to go into this pocket. So it'll stick up like that on a page. Here, we'll use this as a page. So you can glue this to a page. And I might even stitch around the perimeter of the pocket just for stitching and stitch around that. And then that'll be a journaling card to write on in a pocket. So that's covering the prompts, Poppy and Shabby. And then we have our postcard, Garden, English Garden, having tea in an English garden, a postcard from London. And that covers our travel and garden. And then I have this lovely little journaling card, or glue it on, and it can be a tuck here. I can glue this on 3 sides, and this will be, we can even do that, put that in there, because that's going to fit just perfectly in there. And then we have our cute little journaling tea bag here, and that's going to be tucked right in there. Along with the little tag, it can be tucked in here as she's thinking about what dessert to have with her tea. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I gave you an idea to look through your stash and see what you have that you could do with the prompts with. And thanks so much for hanging with me, and have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks, friends. Bye.